Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. So today's video is we're looking at your person's desires. We're looking at what they want in this relationship. So that doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to get real steamy here. It just we're looking for what do they want out of this relationship, you know? And I don't mean that they're trying to like just get something out of you. I don't mean it like that. It's just, you know, some people are in relationships because of companionship, because of shared love, because of, you know, because of different needs that are being met, you know, because of the intellectual stimulation, you know, because they have fun, you know, that kind of stuff. And usually there's multiple reasons, which is why we have multiple cards here. But basically what we're doing is we're looking at what do they want in this relationship. Now, I had given you guys at the end of the last video a list of videos that we were going to do this week. I felt guided to do this one instead of the ones that I had planned. However, the ones that I planned will be coming out in the next week anyway, okay? So we're going to still do what will happen next in love, and you asked the question. We're just going to put that into the you know, we're just going to move that forward a little bit. So if you want to know more about the schedule and that kind of stuff, just go ahead and look at the news at the end, okay? We put a timestamp on that so I don't have to waste your time with that, okay? But before I begin, I do want to say thank you so much to viewer Cindy, who got this wonderful fairy guidance oracle for the channel. It was on the MomentsAre wish list, and I am so excited. I am really excited to open this up and look at all the beautiful cards. I'm going to do an unboxing and flip through like I did with the other, the Kawaii Tarot recently that I also received. And just so you know, the donation link and, you know, all of that kind of stuff, it's in the description. Everything you need to know is in the description, okay? I just don't want to waste your time anymore, but I just really wanted to give a shout out to Cindy because that's awesome, and I am so excited about that. All right, guys, so that's enough talking. I'll go ahead and name the pile. Okay, so again, what do they want in this relationship? All right, pile number 1 is green, pile number 2 is purple, pile number 3 is yellow, pile number 4 is orange, pile number 5 is red, and pile number 6 is blue. All right, so these are I feel silly. These are the piles. So if you haven't picked a color yet, go ahead and pause the video now so you can pick. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and start with pile number 1, the green one. Okay. Just moving these out of the way here so I can give pile number 1 full attention. Alrighty. Okay, hi, pile number 1. Those of you who picked the green. They're just beads, just so you know. They're wooden beads. I've got kids, you know, they come up with these like great little markers that I can use. All right, so here is what they want in this relationship. Okay, so this is your advice card, but I'm going to go ahead and start with it. We've got community. No, actually, this is something that they want for themselves. Sorry. This is your advice card, which is patience. Okay, this is something that they think would bring something really positive to the relationship, is if they had this, if they had more of this, and then this is just general desires. Okay, so we have a really, really positive spread here. So let's go ahead and start with the 8 of Wands. They're kind of anxious to get started, okay? And I can already almost hear you guys saying in protest, but why aren't they doing anything? So please just bear with me. They're really anxious to get started because they want to get here, okay? But they don't know how they're going to get here exactly. At least that's the impression I get. And they're also kind of keeping this a little bit hidden. You've got the Moon card, which is a major arcana card, which lets us know that this is a very substantial relationship. This isn't just, you know, a small relationship that's maybe a fling or something like that. This is more substantial. They're keeping something hidden, okay? They want things to come out great. They want things to come out as what I call the happily ever after card. They want to get basically wish fulfillment in a family / emotional way. Okay. So this is what they want. They want that happily ever after. They want it quickly, but they don't really know how to make that about. And because of that, they have not been able to express themselves as much. Okay. And also being aware that we're asking the question, what do they desire? What do they want? And we have the moon card. I do feel like they also want to kind of keep their emotions hidden a little bit until they figure out how they're going to go from where it is now to here as quickly as possible. Okay, so what that tells me is that when they are going to come forward and express those feelings, then it's going to happen really quickly. I don't think it's going to take you by surprise, because I think part of you already knows that this is kind of going on in the background, but it's just going to pick up real quick, and it'll almost be too good to be true for a little while, and then it'll even out and things will be good. And given that the moon card's coming up, it also makes sense that they would get the 7 of Roses, which in this deck stands for courage. Okay. So yeah, they want to have, they're afraid that they're not going to be able to get this with you, okay? Sometimes people feel that way when they feel that they are not capable of making another person happy. Now the psychology in me wants to say, and nobody can really make someone happy, but what I mean is that they want you to be happy with them, okay? And they want to see positive reinforcement that they're a good person. And this comes up a lot in readings, and I think it's because a lot of people have this issue. They just don't even know how to express it or what to say about it. Just wanted to say that this just comes out as just being just little things that you can say to them to let them know you like them, and that's it. Just encourage them. Sometimes we forget to just say, I really appreciate that, or thanks, or whatever, so just, keep in mind that helps keep them encouraged, that you're happy. All right. Unfortunately, what it's going to take from you is patience. Okay, patience is just being aware, because I have issues with patience. Patience is about being aware that there is a time for everything, and the time just hasn't gotten ripe yet for the two of you, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to get there. It's just, it still needs some patience. This person's still building up their courage. And another thing about courage is we've got to understand that you can't really have courage if there isn't fear. Or if there isn't some kind of anxiety there. So do understand and have compassion for the fact that your person does feel some anxiety about this situation and does feel a little fearful. And this has to do mostly with their performance, like how well they can act in this relationship and how effective they can be. Okay, so the courage isn't necessarily that it's not in a way that they're a coward or something like that. It's just getting up the courage to be bigger than their fears are, okay? And when really every single relationship is going to have an element of fear, because a relationship is a risk, okay? It's a risk that two people mutually take together, knowing that they would rather be together and face those risks together than not have any risks to begin with, okay? All right. Now, community kind of strikes me, okay? Because this can sometimes come up as they just want to go out more and that kind of thing. The way it's striking me right now, and I don't really have, usually I have a really good in context reason for saying things, but this is just pure intuition. I feel like they don't feel as effective in their community as they could. It's almost like maybe they're in between jobs, or maybe they want to get a they want to move up. Somehow, this could go from they want to finish school to get a job, or it could mean that they want to, they have some kind of community project that they're involved with and they want to finish that, or they want to make sure that they, do that. Or it could be, and I feel like that's more what it's going to be for you guys, okay? It's going to be something like they've got some project, or they've got something that has to do with finances, or getting to a place where they can be financially stable. And it's they just want that to happen first, okay? That's a concern. That's something else that they want that's affecting the relationship, okay? This is kind of inside of them not when they're thinking so much about the relationship. This is what they want. Another thing that this can show up as is they want both of you to take part in some kind of community event. You know, this could be something like, I don't know, in the place that I live, we have a lot of tornadoes come through in certain months of the year. You know, some kind of community involvement would be like me and my partner volunteer to do tornado relief, you know, and go and help, you know, people in those kind of situations, right? So that might be an example of what this is referring to. Okay, so it's just most likely it's that they want to move up in the community, in some kind of community that probably has to do with work or school. Otherwise, it's going to be that they want to get active in the community together. You know, maybe they want to do, I don't know, like a pet rescue thing with you, or they want to, you know, I mean, there's so many different things that you can, you know, there's so much need, you know, but it's like they just really feel called to move up somehow. All right, guys. So again, the bottom line here is patience can be very difficult, but but if you think about it more as just waiting for the right time, or recognizing that now's just not the perfect time yet, then it can be a little bit more bearable. And also know, this is like, ultimately, this is where you're going. Okay, this is where they want to go. I believe this is probably where you want to go. So that's it, you know. And then the wands, this is all about action. Okay, this is about taking action, taking swift action. So when they do, they're going to be coming forward. Okay, they just need to build up that courage. This looks very, very good as far as like it's going to keep moving. All right, they want it to move. They want it to grow. All right, guys. Hope you liked your reading. Thank you. Alrighty, so pile number 2. Those of you who picked the purple bead. These are just wooden beads that my kids have lying around. Okay, so potential. We have detachment. Oh, we have joy. How wonderful. We have temperance, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ten of Wands. Okay. So what this person wants in this relationship is just more stability. They want to see you more happy too, okay? With this joy, we're talking about just the joy in enjoying each other together, being happy that the other one exists in the other one's life, okay? Stuff like that. And they definitely see the potential, okay? And they see the potential in the relationship. And they definitely see how not only do you bring them joy and happiness, but that they hope that they bring you joy and happiness. You know, if you're not giving them signals that you're happy, go ahead and just kind of up that a little bit. And you can just do that by saying, oh, it's so good to hear from you. Oh, I'm just, it feels so good to talk to you. That kind of stuff, you know, just little things like that. The temperance, it just lets me know that there's a little bit of, it feels like there's a little bit of give and take here that's a little off balance. It can be on either side, but it's like they want to balance that out. I feel like this person is a very, this person is kind of like a very practical person, and wants. It's like they might feel uncomfortable on a bridge because there's nothing underneath them. They'd rather have their feet on the ground, you know, and have that surety. It's like they need some kind of, it's almost like they need some kind of guarantee. But at the same time, obviously, there's no guarantees in relationship, you know, and I think that they know that, but it's like they need to have some more, it's almost like they need more evidence that things are going to be fine between the two of you. And you can get that by showing your joy with being around this person and you know, exchanging, you know, I feel like you guys might be in a long distance relationship, or some of you guys might be, because I'm feeling like this is just quality time, you know, like, that stage of the relationship where you're just building the friendship and the intimacy, like intellectually and emotionally, and that way. So they just want to see more of that, and they want to see you happy with that. The Ace of Pentacles lets us know that they want this to happen, okay? They want to make this manifest for them, okay? They want to bring this to you. This can also come up when they want to give you a gift. And this would be like a material gift, you know? It doesn't necessarily need to be money. I know there's a big coin there, but generally it's just a token of their affection for you. So if you've been looking for something like that, like, I don't know, like exchanging keys. I don't know if that's still a big thing now, but it was when I was dating, like 20 years ago. So it might be like exchanging keys. It might be something like, I don't know, it might be, you know, a ring or something like that, or just a little present. It could be anything, but it's just basically they want to make some kind of gesture like that, okay? And it doesn't have to be of substance. It doesn't have to be a physical thing that you can touch. It could also be just like, you know, I don't know, maybe they write a song for you or something like that, you know? But you'll see a small gesture like that. And it's like a beginning, though. It's a beginning to, like, letting you know that they want to bring this to reality and that kind of stuff. The Ten of Wands lets me know that they want to also get everything, like, just taken care of. They want to make sure everything is, if they're coming out of a relationship recently, they might want to just make sure that that's all taken care of before they get into a new relationship with you. I feel like that's going to be accurate for some of you guys, but for others, that's not going to be it at all. It's going to be more like, they've been real busy with something. There's something they need to wrap up, and that's just taking away from the relationship. The reason it's coming up is, what do they want in this relationship? They want this to be taken care of. They just basically they want it to be taken care of. They want it done. And I feel like that might also be relating to this feeling that maybe things are a little unbalanced. Like maybe you're feeling like you're holding up the relationship a little bit more than the other person, or it could be the other way around. But I feel like this is the reason. It's just coming up like this is a very big desire. It's just this will affect the relationship more so than it's something that they want with you, if that makes sense. But yeah, they see the potential. They're very happy about this situation. They feel like things are a little unbalanced. They want it to be more balanced. And then we've got the Ace of Pentacles showing a gift, wanting this to come into reality. Your advice card is detachment. It's talking about releasing old patterns that no longer serve you. But it's also talking about trying not to attach too much with your emotions and then respond to your emotions in a more, I don't know a better way of putting this, but I mean like a reactive way rather than responsive way, if that makes sense. Detachment, hopefully this will make sense to you guys. It's the way that I understand it. Is it when, you know, there's you that's having your experiences and going through the motions, listening to this, to this video, or maybe watching it both, you know, and then there's the real you that's behind that, like kind of evaluating everything that's going on, right? So there's the you that's watching this video that's just taking in the information. Then there's another you that's just maybe making, you know, like, well, yeah, that resonates. Well, that doesn't, you know, that kind of thing. The detachment is like the real you that's sitting there in the background that's kind of like processing the information. Detachment is like being in that place and letting the emotions be the stuff that you observe, but try not to attach to them so that you can kind of watch them come and go and you can respond to them instead of like, when you attach to them, it's like the emotions and the judgments that you're making about those emotions are happening at the same time. And that can lead to reacting rather than responding. I really hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, just look up detachment, okay? I'm sure there's many articles out there on Google. I can't like give you a lesson in how to be Zen or anything, but you know, that's what that's talking about, okay? And if there's any kind of patterns that you're noticing coming up, look at breaking those patterns. Just look at just inserting something to kind of curb that. Something I've noticed is that sometimes we get stuck in little scripts that we go on and on and on, and we might have a circular argument that keeps happening over and over again. Try to change the script. You know, that's another thing that you could do that has to do with this. But the bottom line here, because I mean, it feels like I'm trying to preach to you here. Really, the bottom line here is that your person's happy. Your person wants this to happen. Your person wants things to be balanced. They see the potential there. They've got something to wrap up, but that, you know, that's not that big of a deal. It doesn't feel like it feels temporary. It doesn't feel like it's going to keep on. It's a very positive feeling. Okay. It feels like it's going to be a lot more stable from now on. Okay. All right, guys. I hope you liked your reading and I hope it resonated. All right, those of you who picked the yellow bead, these are just little beads that kids get that they string together, and I have some kids, so. All right, embracing, respect, we've got frustration, okay. We've got the Six of Wands, this is talking about victory. We've got the Two of Wands, and we have the Four of Cups. Okay, this is, I mean, I'm just going to say it right off the bat. This feels a little, sometimes people talk about sending mixed messages. I feel like your person probably sends a lot of mixed messages, or is a little bit difficult to anticipate. I think the reason this is that your person, I don't know why I feel so strongly that I need to say it this way, but the exact way I'm supposed to say it is your person has been taught to keep their emotions inside. This, like, culturally, this is typically is what men are taught. But if this is a woman, it maybe I actually feel like there might be like mental illness that runs in the family or something like that, and they're afraid of maybe appearing crazy or appearing like. I believe that there's trauma at the bottom of both of these, okay, regardless of gender and all of that. I feel like there's either trauma or some kind of deeply set, something that's ingrained that has taught this person that they're not supposed to be emotional. And then the way that comes out, instead of with that emotion, is that it'll come out as passion. It'll come out as kind of fieriness and maybe even a little bit of dramatics. And it'll be kind of like, it'll be kind of like they run hot and cold, because it's like they do have that emotion and they do need to figure a way to express it. But, you know, most of the time they're able to rein it in, okay? And they're able to be, for lack of a better word, cold. But sometimes they just have to get it out, and then it's, you know, it's hot. It comes out maybe as temper even, or maybe as it may be as some kind of just something theatrical. I mean, it's like, it's very vague, but I mean, I definitely feel it's like a push. It's like this, like the person starts feeling hot, and they like, and that kind of thing. And then we have this card called, the frustration card, right? And I'm saying that, and I'm kind of like smiling here because I know exactly what's causing this, and it's not really as bad as it might seem. What's going on here is I feel like they're frustrated, like maybe either sexually, or they're frustrated with trying to manage their emotions. Okay, they're trying to not let this basically drive them insane. Okay, and they want to appear like they've got it together and all of that kind of stuff. They want to appear like they don't care. Okay. Because this guy, he really does not care about this cup, right? I mean, he's just sitting there, and he's got his arms crossed, and he's like, whatever, okay? But what's really going on is when this guy gets this cup offered, okay, this is what he feels inside. He feels like he is on top of the world. He's just come back from like winning a whole bunch of awesome things. He's celebrating and all of that kind of stuff. So this creates this conflict, okay? If you guys are in a long distance relationship, this person wants to travel to see you. They want to travel, okay? So keep in mind that it's them traveling. If this doesn't apply to you, don't even worry about it. Okay, this is talking about closing distances, and those distances can be intellectual distances, emotional distances, and even communication distances. So if your person has been distant with communication, that could be something that they're going to close soon. But typically this is one of my indicators that there is a long distance relation going on. It also can sometimes mean that your person wants to study more. Okay, so if your person's just maybe gone back to school, or just started school, or maybe just moved up with work, or just started a new project of their own, it could be even a hobby. That's what's coming through. We have to interpret it in context of the question, though, which is, what do they want in this relationship? They'd want to share that with you, okay? That's what they want in the relationship, is to close the distance between the two of you regarding whatever subject that I just said applies the best to you guys. And it could be multiple, okay? So they've got some frustration. We're talking about sexual tension. We're also talking about tension from holding things back. A lot of people say, you shouldn't hold back your emotions, because then you end up exploding and all of that kind of stuff. It's kind of like that. They're frustrated. Okay, they're just frustrated because they don't know how to explain it. They don't know how to come to you with that. One thing that you can do to let them know that it's safe is to express a little bit on your end. And you don't have to throw yourself at their feet and be like, I worship you, or anything like that. You can just be like, I really like you, and I just want you to know that I really like this thing about you, or I've been thinking a lot about this one thing you said, and I really like that. This is about talking about respect, showing them that they're valuable to you in your life in some way. How do they add value to your life? Okay. You might want to even journal about it first and then tell them about it. But just find some ways, these can be really, really simple things, like, oh, you teach me things, or, oh, I don't feel so alone because I know you, that kind of thing. The more you're able to express your own emotions in a healthy way with them, the more they'll feel comfortable expressing their own emotions. Because we've found, and I think there's a quote somewhere by somebody famous that says this, but our own comfortability makes other people more comfortable. Okay. Now, the embrace is a little bit, obvious to me, but if it's not to you guys, this is kind of like what they need to do in order to get what they want, and this is what you need to do in order to get what you want and fulfill their desires. Okay, they need to just embrace their whole experience with you, and that will get rid of the frustration almost immediately. Okay, they just need to embrace it and everything. For you, it's just about showing them that they have value to you. I know the key word is respect. I do want to mention that, but it's more about showing them that they have value. Okay, and that is one way of showing respect. I just want to go ahead and look at this and talk about it in by way of prediction, okay? Because I think that this is also a very predictive reading as well. I wish I could say more, but I think that just 6 months from now, this is going to be in a completely different position, and in that, it's going to be in a much more positive position, okay? I don't feel like this is something that you necessarily have to wait for, though. I don't feel like, okay, from now until 6 months from now, it's just going to be horrible. Things are going to be happening in the meantime. They want to close that distance, They do want to embrace this. They do want to come forward and all of that kind of stuff. It's going to take about that time for it to develop to a place where everybody feels like they're getting what they want, okay? So, I say this sometimes, but I don't feel like it applies to this particular audience. But just in case there's 1 or 2 people that are watching this that are like, I don't know if I want to wait that long. Just know that, just know that if this isn't something you're really attached to, you might want to go ahead and move on, just because it it just doesn't feel like it's going to really develop a whole lot until then. I mean, it will develop in the meantime, but it's going to be kind of slow, okay? And it's just because these people have, this person has some barriers that they've got to bring down, okay? That's it. They just have to bring it down, and they will. They're working on it, okay? They want to embrace things here, okay? So just kind of keep that in mind. I think that for most of you, you're like, oh yeah, that's fine. As long as there's progress being made, that's all I really need, you know? And again, you know, this might be a long distance relationship, so that progress might be kind of stagnating anyway, just because that there's a physical distance there. So, you know, keep that in mind. Things move at a different pace when you're maybe across the world from each other, or across a state or a country or whatever. All right, guys, I hope you liked your reading. Thank you so much for watching. All right, those of you who picked the blue bead, I've got to say, I think I might have gotten the cards out of, I think that I might have gotten them out of order. And if I did, then this is supposed to be pile 6, but I think it's pile 4. I'm just basically saying, I understand. If I've got it wrong, I understand. It's just the way that I laid the cards out as I was moving them to the side, okay? Regardless, if you pick this color, this is your reading. All right. So this is, you know, again, what do they want in this relationship? So we have relaxation, we have individuality. Oh, we've got the Hermit. I love the Hermit. The Hermit's my favorite card. I don't care what deck it is. It's my favorite card. I love the Hermit. I'm sorry, the Hermit has to do with introspection, though. This deck specifies introspection. We've got the Ace of Wands, we've got the Page of Swords, and then we've got the Seven of Swords. Okay. This person feels, even though, like, Hermit energy usually does not feel this way at all, but this person kind of feels a little playful to me, which I kind of like, you know? Usually when we're talking about Hermit energy, we're talking about people who are more introverted, people who are more serious, you know, people that typically have a much higher sense of intuition, and people who are they seem to just come across as being very wise, even if they're wise in their non-understanding, if that makes sense. They still are wise enough to know that they don't know. I hope that makes sense, because that's the way that it comes through. This person is very introspective, probably introverted, but basically they like to think about thinking, okay? They like to think about what goes on with them. They know themselves really well, and that's why your advice card is individuality. They really admire that in other people. That's what's attracted them to you. That's what's going to keep them staying, okay? They like you for you. I don't care if you feel like you're just an average person, whatever. They see something different, okay? They see that you're very special and not like anybody else they've met. And they feel like you are there at their level, okay? And that is very attractive to them. It's very stirring. It creates creative energy with them. I wouldn't be surprised if your person's like some kind of artist or has like a creative endeavor that they do a lot, like music, drawing, that kind of stuff, because I just feel like they are like you're their muse for what they create, okay? Like you inspire them. That's perfect. Like you inspire them. This is like the big inspiration. I think there's also some physical attraction that's associated with this a little bit, but it's not, I guess it's not lower energy attraction like that. It's more pure. It's not just carnal. It feels more spiritual. So there is the desire to unite, if that makes sense too. So the Seven of Swords, though, here we've got this person that's kind of like the person might surprise you. It's like you might think that they're kind of, maybe other people might even call them a stick in the mud. Like they are just kind of like maybe boring to other people. But they have this secret side to them that they show you that you really enjoy. And it's this clever little twist of humor. They like that you appreciate their humor. That's something that they want to keep doing. They want to make you happy. They want to like impress you with their wit and things like that. Okay. Another thing that they want to communicate what's going on with you. Okay. They want to bring this together stronger. They just don't know how. Okay. The Page of Swords energy is all about communication. It's all about, expression and all of that. But when you have a page energy, you're talking about kind of a less mature expression of that. Okay. So I don't mean that they want to like call you names or something like that. Not like that at all. I just mean that they might find that they have trouble putting their thoughts to words. This person might be somebody who normally doesn't speak very much about how, what's going on inside of them. And it's because they're self-contained. I mean, the hermit is a self-contained entity. Hermits live alone. They are able to rely on themselves, and they're very independent. That doesn't mean that they don't appreciate companionship and they don't want that. They have found something very special in you. It's just about like, they're out of practice. It just feels like they're out of practice of communicating like that. And then this is what they want for themselves in this relationship. They know that they would be so much better in this relationship if they could find a way to relax. So how do you, as a person who's interested in this person, help show them how to relax a little bit? By that, just show them that you totally accept them for who they are. No matter, how weird or eccentric they are. They probably are pretty eccentric, even though I know I'm kind of like, I feel like I'm kind of describing somebody that's like an oxymoron, because I'm like, some people might think they're boring, but it's like, I feel like you see that thing in them, that spark in them that other people don't see maybe. But it just, let them know that you accept them for who they are, whatever weirdness that might be, okay? And that will help them feel more comfortable. Also, look for any gestures that show that they are expressing their creativity with you, okay? Witticisms, any kind of creative gesture. It could even be like sharing a song with you, maybe that they didn't write, or sharing a picture with you. And anytime they share some kind of art with you, I feel like there's an additional message there, okay? So like if they're sending you a song, it's like, I like this song, but it's like, and this song also either reminds me of you, or is how I'm feeling, or some of the things that I'm thinking about, that kind of thing, okay? So I feel like there's like a purposeful thing there. So keep that in mind as well. But yeah, I mean, your advice card is individuality. So that's all about just being yourself and being authentic. I can't really advise you on that other than just be yourself. I mean, that's who they want. That's what they like. They want more of that. And, ultimately what they desire is to improve this communication, relax a little, and be able to enjoy you and get to know you a lot better. I feel like this person's emotions, I feel like I need to say this because it didn't come up. I feel like this person's emotions haven't fully developed, or if they have developed, they really want to keep them hidden right now, okay? And I don't feel like it's a malicious hidden. I just feel like they really need to have that connection with you on more of a cerebral level. But if you are inspiring them to this degree, then they don't feel nothing for you, okay? And they don't just feel friendship with you either. This is something more. I feel like it's still forming. I feel like it's still gonna take a while before it gets to that point where it's whole, if that makes sense. I hope it does. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I hope this resonated. I hope you enjoyed it. And thank you again. Hi, those of you who picked the red bead, here is your reading. Okay, so I think this is pile number 5. Oh, that's my dog. She freaks out when there is a delivery It's not because of the delivery man or a woman. It's because she's afraid of boxes. I have no idea why, but she's afraid of them. It's weird. The dog, I'm more of a cat person. The dog is my son's. And like when somebody leaves a package at the door, she's just like so mistrustful of it. And we'll bring in the package and she'll just growl at it and everything. But once it's open and everything, she's fine. It's really funny, but I just wanted to sorry about that, basically. Okay, we're going to move, okay? So here we go. Here's your reading. Pile number 5, the red. Okay, we are starting out awesome. We've got the Sun. Okay, we've got the 8 of Pentacles. This can be a very positive thing. Let's see what else we have. Oh, the 4 of Pentacles too. Okay, that makes sense. We have Justice, or Truth is what this card, this deck particularly shows it as. And I just want to show you the Justice up here. So yeah, Truth. All right, this particular deck is out of print, but it is called the Love Tarot. And it was made in 2006. And you can find this on eBay, or usually you can, okay? So they also have Going Forward and Tolerance. Okay. All right. So, this is an interesting one. I like this one a lot too. All right. So what do they want? They want this to continue, okay? Bottom line, they want you to be in their lives, okay? This is like a little bit of a dual message because this is also what they want for themselves. This is a card that I picked for not only what do they want for the relationship, but what do they want for themselves too that will help. They want to move forward in their own life. There's something that they feel like they're stagnant in, or they haven't been able to accomplish maybe, and they really want to set out and do that. So if you know what this is, the best thing you can do is support them and be like, oh man, that's so exciting. I'm so on board with that. That's so cool. So kind of keep that in mind. I kind of have an idea that it might have to do with money, and I'm just saying that because the 4 of Pentacles can come up when people are having financial struggles. So what they want in this case is they might just want more materials because they might just be having struggle with that. That's an aside though. I really feel like that's more of like me just taking that intuition and being like, oh, they might have some financial struggles right now. It's not going to be permanent though because they're a hard worker, okay? But let's get back to the actual reading, okay? What do they want in this relationship? They feel like they actually want more attention from you, I think. Or they want a different kind of attention from you. They want an attention from you that kind of sets off that dopamine response in the brain. It's like, how do I put this though? How do I explain this? They want you to focus on them, and just ask them questions about them and show interest in them. It almost feels selfish, but I don't feel like it's necessarily something that you would look down on them for. I feel like it's just maybe they haven't gotten a whole lot of nurture and care, and they just want to share themselves with somebody, and they're excited because they feel like you're somebody they can be themselves with, and it's like they want more and more and more of you. I feel like this, because of the energy of the situation, I feel like this has the potential of becoming either a codependent type feeling, okay? Or being a situation where they might be a little clingy. So just keep that in mind. That can be taken care of with boundaries, okay? I don't feel like this is a major problem, but just because this 4 of Pentacle energy coming up is what do they want in the relationship, I don't think that what they want is to have an unhealthy attachment with you. I think what they want, though, is to know that they're adored by you. Okay, that's basically it. The 8 of Pentacles, they're willing to work hard for this relationship. They're willing to do that. What do they want? They want to be able to work hard to win you over. Okay, so this can look like somebody kind of on the chase, somebody like we're told, some people like to, kind of almost they want to pursue, right? They don't want to be pursued. They want to pursue. So for somebody on the chase, this is a time for you to kind of step back and allow them to come to you. Okay. Just kind of remember that for every step you take forward to, express yourself, take a few steps back so that they can come in and meet you there, okay? So this might, I mean, don't play games, okay? Seriously, don't play games. If that doesn't feel natural, don't do it. I feel like it will be natural for you, though. This looks like, you know, maybe throwing out a little bit of wit, maybe some flirtation, that kind of thing, and then stepping back and letting them just do with that what they will. I feel like this is an energy where they're kind of trying to test the waters and see how you are, so that then they can work harder to get your approval. And I feel like your approval for them is tied into this Four of Pentacles energy. Like these two are very close together. Like they want you to approve of them because they work hard, or they work hard for you, or that they're dedicated. This can also come out as being dedicated and loyal, and being a person of character as well. So kind of keep that in mind. When we have Justice coming up, I just want to say this is a major arcana card, with the Sun coming up as a major arcana card. This is very, very fortuitous. It shows me this is a big relationship for the two of you. Because we're not even getting like a whole bunch of lovey-dovey stuff, I feel like it should be known that this person cares about you, okay? Sometimes that'll come up and it'll be like, ooh, it's not coming up because maybe it's not there. But this one feels so solid. This is like, no, it's not coming up because it should be assumed. So if you might just be watching this because you're wondering, does this person really care about me? They do, okay? You don't have to wonder about that. They might not be the kind of person that says it all the time, but they do care about you very, very much. But yeah, they want, they want truth, and it's more complicated than just they don't want you to lie to them, okay? I think a lot of people would say that their ideal relationship, they wouldn't have somebody being deceitful, right? I feel like it goes beyond just the truth of, factual truth, and, honesty about that kind of stuff. I feel like it goes more like they want, I'm going to sound kind of like a stoner here, I feel like, but it's like they want to know what's real. Like what's real for you. What is, because there can be multiple levels of truth, and because there can be the truth, like, this is just the first thing that popped into mind, okay, guys? So just blame me for having a weird mind. But it could be something like they're saying, I can't be with you because I'm already married. But then there's a deeper truth, which is, but I wish that I didn't get married so I could be with you. That kind of thing, if that makes sense. They want to know what's behind the truth. That example, that probably is not going to apply to you guys. It's just the first thing that came to mind, okay? But like, yeah, they want that truth. They want to know, they don't want to just know, I really like you. They want to know why you like them. They want to know what about them stirs you and that kind of thing. And I feel like they appreciate that you have that, that like kind of wisdom. The energy here feels kind of like a parent-child relationship, and it might even be that your person has had some issues with one of their parents or both, growing up, just because maybe they weren't cared for, or maybe they were neglected as a child or something like that. Because it's almost like they want you to be like, oh, you're a good girl, you're a good boy. And then also tell them like, oh gosh, what you're doing is so great. I really admire you. You can succeed and all of that kind of stuff. And they want to know like, well, but why can I succeed and all of that? And it's like they want you to be like, oh, because you're so good at this and you're good at that. It's like they really want to be built up. And if you're the kind of person that's fine with that, then awesome. That's what they want, and they will work hard for you. Okay, I'm not. Please don't think that they just want to hear. I mean, it's not. It is like the very opposite of narcissistic kind of desire. It's really just about validation. Okay, they want validation that they're worth something to you. Okay. And as they go forward, there's something about this journey that they're going to take here where they're building themselves up that's going to kind of break this cycle a little bit so that they don't feel so needy. But just know that that's what they want. We're talking about what they want. What do they want in the relationship? They want to be praised, okay? The Sun. They also want this happy energy there, okay? I feel like this is also predictive when it's coming out as in it's showing us that this is going to be a successful relationship. This is going to be a warm and caring relationship. It's not gonna, I mean, this relationship is healthy. It's good. Even though this is, it's healthy. It's good. It's positive. It's a big thing for both of you. Again, going back to the context of what the question is, though, when the sun comes up in a desire type way, it's just this feeling that they want things. Yes, they want things to be true and deep and intense in that way, but they also want a little bit of lightheartedness. They want to feel safe and secure. I understand this isn't a traditional reading of the sun, and I own that, but intuitively I also feel that this is kind of like a warm, like a healthy physical desire that's not, that doesn't like overwhelm the relationship, but it's like that desire is there. They find you attractive, and they hope that they're attracted to you. They're attractive to you. They'll do things to make themselves maybe appear attractive, like they'll wear makeup, or they'll wear cologne or perfume. They'll go to the habit of making sure that they're, I don't know, like their hair is cut or styled or something like that. They'll put care into something about themselves to make sure that you find them attractive, that kind of thing. Okay, so in the end, this is really good. I didn't talk about your advice. Your advice is tolerance. Basically, this can be a little bit taxing, this feeling of kind of like giving that kind of praise to somebody and being kind of like really supportive of them. This isn't going to last forever. This will always be something that they'll need as a person. I think everybody needs that kind of validation and stuff like that anyway, though, okay? I don't think that's necessarily bad. But it can be kind of taxing sometimes when you need to give it so much. Just understand that there's a lesson in you for this, in finding ways to nurture your person, okay? And if you're having trouble with that, the best thing you can do is find ways to nurture yourself, so you can build, like you can add to that well of nurture that you can give to your person, all right? And so that you can also tell them, hey, when I need to, pamper myself or whatever, this is what I do. So, maybe you could do that kind of thing. So you can help them, kind of help themselves feel more secure and stuff like that. Okay. So yeah, your advice is just tolerate this, knowing that it's not going to be forever. It's just, they're feeling a little on shaky ground right now. As they move forward, they're going to feel a lot better. And also moving forward in the relationship, they want this relationship to go somewhere. They might not know where it's going, but they do know they want it to go somewhere, and they want that to be positive. You've got the sun here at the end of the path. You've got the sun here. They want it to go to a place where you guys are both very, very happy with one another, feeling very warm, very nurtured, and all of that good stuff. Okay, guys? Very good. Very good. It's a nice balanced reading. Hope you guys liked it. All right, hi, pile number 6. Those of you who picked the orange bead. Thanks to my kiddos that have silly things like that lying around. Okay, all right. So this is a funny one. I like this. Okay, so your advice card is transformation. I feel like there's something transformative about you in this relationship. Let's just go ahead and lie out all the cards, okay? We have happiness, we have opposition. Don't worry about this. I have a good explanation for this. We have the King of Wands, we have the Fool, and we have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so this person really wants to be kind of like a master of their universe, They want to feel like they have control, and they want to feel like they are effective in the world, okay? Sometimes what we will find, sorry, I need to move something out of the way, it's bothering me. Sometimes what we'll find is what a person wants in a relationship is also just generally what they want in life, okay? So in a relationship, they want to be able to be free to express their passions, and also to be free to master the physical world. Your person might be an athlete, or might be starting a new business, or might be like a businessman or woman, or someone who maybe really wants to excel in school, something like that. But this is talking about like kind of like having that security of knowing that you're taken care of in that kind of way. So like they want mastery here, okay? But they're also just starting out. So they might be a little clumsy with playing these roles that they want, okay? So they might say like, oh yeah, I'm really good at expressing my passions, or being creative, and that kind of thing. And then you might see them kind of stumble a little bit, or maybe not be that great. It's because they're still learning, And I think that if you even ask them, they would admit that, they know they're still learning. I want to take the time to say, because some people believe this, and I just want to say, the Fool doesn't mean that the person is foolish, okay? The Fool is the first card in the major arcana, which lets us know that something is about to start. That this person is ready to take that risk and start something in this situation. So what do they want? They want this to start. They want this to get off good, okay? They don't know where it's going, okay? They just know that they want to kind of almost have an adventure with you, okay? One thing that I'm not seeing here that I think is important to keep in mind is I'm not seeing a really strong desire for anything that would be a long-term thing. Not that I'm definitely not seeing desire for a short-term thing either, but I'm not seeing any evidence of they have it figured out as far as how they're going to get there. So just keep in mind that they might need some direction there, and that might be the transformative energy that you need to bring to it so that they can actualize these things. If they want to be happy, this is a card that I picked for your person to express not only what they want in this relationship, but what they need in order to succeed in this relationship. What they want in order for them to get what they want, okay? And they want to be happy. I just feel like this person's really had a lot of tough experiences, and, they feel like they're free right now. They're free of whatever tough experiences that they've had in the past, and they are just so excited about that, and they want to enjoy that, So this person really does value their independence. I'm not saying that they don't want to commit. I'm just saying they value their independence. They value their autonomy. That's the best word, autonomy. We've got this interesting card of opposition, right? I like that actually as being the card that comes up here, because it's like they want to be challenged, when you've got somebody starting out on a journey and they're like, they know they're new to this and they're learning and all of that, they're really open to not necessarily criticism, but they're open to whatever you can teach them. And they want you to challenge them. They like that. It makes them feel like you respect them and like you're not afraid to speak up about that kind of stuff. They admire that about you. So if you are one of those kinds of people that consider like debate and stuff like that to be maybe like confrontational, because I love this kind of stuff myself, and I've been told that I'm confrontational sometimes when I question somebody, like they'll be like, I really like, I don't know, I'm just gonna pick, I really like butterflies. And I'd be like, oh yeah, so what got you interested in butterflies? Oh, I don't know, when I was a kid I used to catch them. It's like, oh, so how much, how much have you spent researching about butterflies? They're like, whoa, I just said I like butterflies, come on. So it's like, they might feel like I'm confronting them, like challenging them like that, okay? And they might like be like, man, that Cassie, she can be kind of aggressive or something, But this is the kind of person that likes that kind of thing. They like to explain themselves. They like to talk about two different sides of an argument and just talk about the different perspectives as a matter of fun, as a matter of exploring things. You know, we've got the Fool, and he is definitely about exploring. He's about adventure and that kind of thing. One of the, I would say, if there's a fault with your person, and this is just their character, it's that they can see from so many different perspectives that sometimes, I don't mean that they don't know what their own point of view is, but sometimes they can get stuck in their decision-making processes because they see the positives in two different decisions, or maybe three or four, right? But I feel like it's something like, this is a skill too, though. It really helps them brainstorming and coming up with really like great ideas and that kind of stuff. So the opposition doesn't necessarily mean they want to fight with you. It means that they want to be challenged by you. They would rather be challenged in life than have, you know, an easy life. They don't want anything just kind of ordinary, basically. They want something that's more exciting and more invigorating, okay? So I feel like I need to read this. You use the power of love to move through illusions and shift into awareness with the transformation. Okay, so yeah, that makes sense when we're talking about transformation. You know, I do want to say that in general, I feel like your advice is basically to keep transforming your person into a person who can reach these kinds of goals and that kind of thing. But I think it's also important here for you to, you know, challenge this person and make them more aware of who they are. They like that. That's what they want. Okay. They want you to make them aware of who they are. And I feel like just by knowing you, and by observing you know, you're probably a very, authentic person yourself. You probably are autonomous yourself, that they find that they're able to tap into who they are more by just being in your energy. So anything you can do to be even more yourself than you are already, just keep that in mind, because they want to be more aware. That's just a really great way of putting it. They want to be more aware, more conscious. They love knowing all of the things. They probably are somebody who wants to, like, they probably will go through like a rabbit hole when they get interested in a subject and just like research it to death for like maybe a few days. If they're like me, they might just get really stuck on a subject and research it for years. but basically, you know, I just feel like they really want to know a lot of things about a lot of different topics. Okay. So, you know, basically what they want is the ability for them to be themselves in this relationship. All right, guys. So yeah, this is good. Very good. Hope you liked the reading. All right, guys. Thank you so much for, you know, checking out the news section of this video. So, what we're going to do is the next 2 days, we're going to have 2 videos out for you. Most likely they're going to be what will happen next in love. It'll be a pick a card, and another pick a card for you ask the question. All right. Turi is currently working on a meditation video for you guys. And I hope that we're able to get that up quickly. But that meditation video should be up within the next week. Okay. We also I have this fairy oracle cards. If you missed it at the beginning, a viewer named Cindy was kind enough to get this for me off of the channel wish list. And I'm going to be doing an unboxing and flip through like I did with the Kawaii Tarot. So just, you know, keep that in mind. When it comes to our merchandise, we've got that down below. You know, you can just click the link to see what kind of merchandise we offer. If you want to, you can save 10% with 10 off. I have it written in the description though. I just want you to know that. I want to kind of share with you here that I am really excited about what I'm calling the relaunch of the channel. You know, I've found that I have so much more energy and so much more even esteem, I guess, since I've started this back up. And I'm just really excited about all the different things that I can bring to you guys. I've been thinking really hard about resuming the weekly general readings. Some people have been asking for it. And I know a lot of people really liked that they were really accurate, you know, like I would tell you guys, you know, things to look out for in the next week, and you know, and all of that. And I would really love to do that. The reason that I haven't yet is that I'm not quite certain if enough people would want that content. You know, I do know that some people do, but compared to my other videos, those videos don't do as well. And I don't know, like, I want to make content that people really, really like, you know? And so I guess what I'm trying to say here is that once I get a little bit more subscribers, okay, and I'm talking like, you know, right now we're at like, at the high point of like, we've got I think we have somewhere around 19,000 subscribers. Let's just say once I get to about 20,000 subscribers, I'll probably bring that back, okay? In fact, I'll tell you, I will bring it back if I get to 20,000 subscribers, okay? Otherwise, I will wait until January to do that. But if you guys want to help me out and get those weekly general readings back, go ahead and share this. Encourage your friends to subscribe to the channel, and I can start rolling that stuff out for you guys, because then I'll know, you know, I'll know that it's important enough that you guys are willing to, you know, help me out there. I also wanted to mention that Turi, you know, has a lot of different kinds of FAQs that he wants to answer for you guys. This is stuff like how to actually pick the pile in a pick a card reading, you know, how to improve the accuracy of your readings and things like that. So he'll be bringing you that. And I also wanted to say that starting next week, we're going to have a regular schedule, okay? And that regular schedule is going to look like this. We will have a video on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, okay? And at least 2 of them will be pick a card videos, okay? And then any kind of bonus content will be posted on Tuesday, Thursday, or Saturday, okay? So that would be stuff like the unboxing and flip through of this, you know, and stuff like that. All right, guys? So I know it was kind of a long news section, but that's where I'm going. You know, you get really, thank you so much. And like all of the love and attention that you guys give me seriously really, really helps. It lets me know that what I'm doing is making a difference, and that's always a great feeling. So I feel really blessed to have you guys as my viewers, and I just love the community that we're building together. All right, guys, so I will see you tomorrow with another pick a card reading.